All right. Kind of wait for people to get in here. Gotta plug this too, of course. Do 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 do. Where are we going? Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so a couple things. This is just your basic template here. I kind of did a little face here. I'm hoping it, because I never do page layouts. Like, I never do a layout. Yeah, Dawn of Just Us, basically. But I never... I never do a page layout, and this time I was like, I'm going to do one, because I need to make sure I get all the action in here. So basically what I'm going to do, first off, a couple of things. Got some pizza in the house with some wings. Hell yeah, I am taking a break today. I am going to relax to the max. Got some orange Fanta here. Washed it all down. Picked up Ed Piscor's Red Room. 2 copies of the first issue, one for my wall and one for my box. Also got the Good Asian. I just kind of saw it. I was like, I'll try it out. Cool thing. Real cool thing. I also got the Ed Piscor variant cover to Red Room. So, yeah, 64 pages. Fantagraphics comic book. I'm going to do a review on it for the channel here in a little bit. I'll probably make a video and, you know, whatever. Let's see. Oh, so I made some copies of my RE8 drawing here. And a couple people bought some, so if anyone's interested, just go to my Instagram. It's Cyberpunk Holiday. The art is actually posted on there already, and I've already sold 2 prints, so if anyone else is interested, feel free. All you really got to do is pay shipping and handling, and I don't know, if you want to throw in a couple bucks, that's up to you. But yeah, so what we're doing today, get some liquid in me, is this cover right here, Tomb of Dracula. It's issue 48, and it's pretty well known cover. I think most people know this cover. It's pretty rad, and Tomb of Dracula is one of my favorite comic books. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch out Dracula, and I'm gonna draw Tim Burton's Batman. I'm gonna draw Michael Keaton right here, and this is gonna be Vicky Vale. And the reason I'm doing this is because my first drawing video on the channel was Tomb of Dracula, and but it was originally a Batman 89, or not 89, excuse me, a Batman RAP cover. It was this cover right here by Alex Ross, and I turned it into a Tomb of Dracula one. So I'm going to do the reverse this time. I'm going to do a Tomb of Dracula cover and make it Batman 89. And we'll see how that turns out. Sorry, people are messaging me. I'm gonna eat some of my pizza before it gets cold. Oh. But anyway, that's what we're doing today. Okay. And for anyone who doesn't know, Batman 89 is kind of the Batman I grew up with. Not that I didn't have Adam West, the Light Knight, not the dark one. But Tim Burton's Batman is all we had for a couple of years, and then we got Batman Returns. And then, you know, the Schumacher ones, which were... Batman Forever seems like the black sheep of the bunch. I'd say not only that, but it's also kind of... it's a little goofy. A little goofy in my opinion. And I'm kind of glad that Michael Keaton didn't, go in it, because it almost kind of would have ruined his run on Batman. I feel like the thing about 89 is that they really nailed the, aesthetic of Gotham City. It looks like a shithole in that movie. I don't know why anyone would want to live there. And, Tim Burton's kind of a dark guy anyway, so it worked out, I believe, in its favor. Kind of worked out. Does that look right? Anyway, so that was the Batman I grew up with, and ever since then, I can kind of watch that movie whenever. I can put it on and just watch it. I can put it on right now and watch it. I could put it on tomorrow and watch it. And the only reason I say it's my favorite movie of all time is for that reason. Like, it just feels like I could put it on whenever I want it and never be bored. And I guess that would dictate that it's my favorite movie of all time. But I can kind of do that with Ghostbusters 2. Not Ghostbusters 2 the movie, but Ghostbusters as well. Although I do like Ghostbusters 2. So, I don't know. This is not working out the way I want it to. I know what I need. I need more Fanta. But I honestly didn't plan on drawing today, so this is why it's kind of like a, face drawing as opposed to like a body one that would take even longer to figure out. Does that look right? But yeah, my boss tried to get me to come in to work today, and I was like, nope. I am done working with you guys there. I do no longer work at that store, nor would I like to. Sorry. And I'm going to be moving from Phoenix here all the way to Tucson. And, you know, Tucson to me is like, it's kind of like a I don't want to say like backwards ass town, but it's like a small city. It's really extremely small. And I'm honestly not looking forward to living there, but I'm kind of doing it for a financial burden. And it saves some money, which I guess everyone can relate to these days and age. But yeah, I figured, you know, this scene too right here, kind of what this looks like. The scene, like, I know it's taken from the comic. Dracula is about to bite into this chick, but there's a scene in Batman '89 where Michael Keaton's Batman gasses Vicky Vale. I'm kind of taking that scene into account here. I just don't know if I'm doing this right. I gotta be honest. I don't think the eyes are lined up. They look lined up. Yeah. Anyway, what's been going on with everyone else? I'm over here chit-chatting. How's everyone else doing? What is everyone else doing? What are you doing today, Captain? Sorry, I'm eating my pizza here. I want to get wing sauce on the drawing. Might have to pull up a reference picture for Michael Keaton's lips or something. I don't know if I could draw those just out of pocket. Oh shit. Yeah. I hear that. I got my dose too, and man. I didn't get cold chills, but I got super hot and um I ached all over, like everything hurt. Honestly, the two things I recommend, lots of water. I don't know if you can eat. I didn't eat. Lots of water and sleep. I tried to exercise too, but that's because I'm crazy. Frowny Batman. Oh yeah. You know what? It's like an ache you can't describe too for the COVID vaccine. People later who are watching this, uh, there's no way to describe that ache other than like you just feel disgustingly sick. Like it like penetrates your soul. It's just so awful. I know Keaton's got like fluffy lips, so I'm just gonna kind of give the fluffers here. Just kind of fluff it up. Sorry, kind of doing some outlining here before I get to inking it. Excuse me. I want to create a tangent here, but we'll see if that might be because her lips kind of gotta. Let's see how the comic does it. Yeah, kind of like. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, you have to like. It's like one of those things where you suffer through the damn fucking vaccine, but then at the end of the day, you're safer than you would be had you not gotten it. So I kept and you know what? It was only 24 hours. Maybe I was out of commission here, but I kept thinking, I'm like, oh no, you know, I'm in. I try to stay in shape, and I'm gonna be one of those people that doesn't even really feel it. That was not true. That was bullshit. These lips are too big. Maybe it's her nose. Uh, now I'm just trying to. Now I'm just gonna mess it up even further. I'm not trying to rush through this, but I also have things to do today, so it's like I don't want to take too long. Also, is this too bright? Because I turned up the brightness this time. It's the only reason it is the way it is. Mm. Mm. I had to wipe my hands down on a blanket. Alright, cool. I'm not going to dick with it then. Next time I do this, I'm just going to keep it to that setting. I can't remember. Does Vicky Vale and Batman 89 have dark eyebrows or light? Let's look it up. Kim Basinger, Vicky Vale. Picky Vale? No. Vicky Vale. They're like brown. So, like brownish blonde. So we'll just add a. We'll add something like that. I'm never good at drawing women's hair. This might go bad. Cause it's all kind of got to be like the same tissue. It's kind of got to connect. but not. I don't know how I could do anything like Kim Basinger though. Her face is it's too remarkable for me to capture. I don't think I could do that. Let's actually get Batman out of the way first because it's gonna be easier, slightly. Kind of like a through line, because the light's going to be coming this way, so that'll probably be black. It's a good placement holder though. It's funny because if you actually look at like if you look at the actual Batman 89 outfit, it's kind of, I mean really it's kind of like, I'll show you, like his cowl is super big and like the rest of his body's super skinny. It's really skinny compared to the rest of it. So you kind of got to make the cowl extra big, and it's really weird. Don't want him to look like a bunny, though. Which is what he's looking like. Oh. And granted, that's a figure, but it's pretty accurate. Even in the movie, it looks that way. Alright. But we gotta add a logo, and we're gonna change it from the Tomb of Dracula one to Tomb of Batman, or Cave of Batman. Maybe we'll come up with a name here. Here. This would end like right there. Something like that. Draw some swirling shadows. Because look, this is what it looks like on the original one. There's these little swirling night shadows that Gene Colan did. And he was always good at that. I fucking love Gene Colan's work. I mean, he invented the Batman turn, you know? It is fun watching him turn. But you're not wrong. It's the I think that Michael Keaton is quoted as saying that Batman turn in the suit was straight up just the kayfabe effect, if I remember correctly. Sure, he's quoted as saying that. It's the kayfabe effect. And if anyone thinks I'm crazy and has no idea what I'm talking about, Cartoonist Kayfabe, the channel, on YouTube. It's like I was talking about earlier, the Red Room comic by Ed Piskor. That's one his part half his channel. There's also another artist on it called Jim Rugg. But yeah. We gotta make the rubber head kind of match here, you know, that weird aesthetic. We don't want to create any tangents, which are the worst thing you can do in a drawing is create tangents. And what I mean by that is you create it to where you can't tell what's going on. It's the picture isn't clear. So a good way, like a prime example would be if I was drawing, let's say, Eggman, and there was a giant pickle in his face, and now you couldn't see half of Eggman's face. You're like, what is that? What is this? Something like that. That's all I could think of off the top of my head. Anyway. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. By the way, welcome in, Sam. Sam Mercer. The great Sam Mercer, of course. Let's see. I'm going to use this one today. I'm just waiting to see if there's a spin-off of Red Room where Jeff Johns does Pink Room, Green Room, Orange Room. It's a comic book joke. Actually, if I'm remembering correctly, I think right now Jeff Johns is he's under a lot of scrutiny because apparently he was like allowing Joss Whedon's erratically terrible behavior on the Justice League movie to kind of go on. And a lot of people were saying he was acting like a dick and just letting it happen, but I don't know. It's Hollywood. Fuck, I don't really want that there. Damn it. I'll white that out. Nothing but trouble. Big Trouble in All of Space. Is that the next John Carpenter movie? Switches over to doing DC films. Again, if anyone wants any of those RE8 prints, let me know. Because they're going to go fast. And I ain't got the room to hold on to prints too long anyway. There's too much art shit in my space here. Excuse me. You know what I learned about small towns, though, is that when I was driving around Tucson, because I was over there looking for a place to live before I move, man, those people out there just do not care on the road. They'll drive like there's no tomorrow. And even in the city, people don't drive like that. But back towns like that, whew. Probably almost got into like 4 accidents that weren't my fault while I was over there. Small towns are cray cray. Does anyone have a favorite scene from Batman 89? Oh shit. I don't know who that is. Tim Burton's Batman. Any little revisions here I'll do later. Plus there's going to be kind of black smears in the background here anyway. Alright, so basically, one side looks bigger. Touch it up with a pen. Not good with a brush yet. Alright. Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I ask that of all my prey. Just like the sound of it. Oh, I should have inked right here too. Yeah, I'll fill it in. It's kind of running out. Well, a little song, a little dance, Batman's head on a lance. Obviously, the best part of Batman 89 is the Prince soundtrack, right? I mean, it's not bad, but, you know. Somehow it gels with the movie. Somehow. I think we're left to question that for the rest of our lives. How did that Prince music just work for that movie? How? Doesn't make any sense. Man, all my pens are dried up. Let's try those. You know what? Let's try this. This one's called the brush. Oh shit, yep, that's a brush. No, that's a little too big for me. Yeah. Sorry, in the way of entertainment, I really don't have much to say today. I'm kind of just relaxing today. Today was, it's going to be a long day. I'm just glad I'm not at work. You know, people give Batman 89 a lot of shit for some of the stuff that happens in it, and it's fine. Some of it's fine. But, like, I never got the criticism where he comes in through the ceiling at... What's that place called? The museum. Flugelheim. I never got that. It's like, that's straight out of the comic book. Of course he would come in through the skylight. Like, you could still see the string attached to him. It's like, well, he's dropping 20 feet. I mean, of course he's going to have, like, a grappling line attached to him. Let's be real now. People just have weird criticisms of that movie. I never got them. Like some of it, I get. Like Alfred letting Vicky Vale into the Batcave. It's not even that big a deal, but it leads to one of the greatest lines of the movie. When she asks him why he does it, and he says, because nobody else can. Which is 100% fucking Batman, in my opinion. Which I'm gonna guess was the Sam Hamm line. Not giving anyone else credit on that one. It had to have been Sam Hamm. Which, if I remember correctly, he's gonna. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but I think he's involved in the Batman '89 comic book that's coming out. They're gonna do a comic book that's strictly Batman '89 set in that universe. And I'm buying it day one, obviously. But, you know, let's see if it's any good. I know originally there was supposed to be Scarecrow as the villain in the third Tim Burton film that we never got. And it's like, man, I wonder what that would have been like. That would have been dope. This part's a little tricky. It's tricky. Ink it real good. Is that dorky? Is that nerdy enough for you? Ink it real good. Do 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 do. Still don't like her nose. I don't know what it is that I'm missing. The comic book just looks... It's like... It's like a slight edge here. Right here. It's like... Looks slightly better. Do 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 do. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me. told this girl the other day. I won't say specifically what we were doing, but I told her, I said, you know what? I'm jealous of your big heart. I'm extremely jealous of your big heart. And she smiled. And I said, because it's pounding in you and I'm not. She just, like, she was so confused at first. And yeah, I know it's a vulgar joke. But she then started laughing and she smacked me on the shoulder. She's like, that was stupid. You turned a compliment into something gross. It's like, well, yeah. Who you talking to? Do 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 do. This is I like these Fudo and Suki brushes when it's just, I'm just using them. Whenever I try to mix them with these pigment liners or the inkwell, like, for some reason they just don't, for lack of a better word, gel together. And I'm actually kind of, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if I should just stick to pigment liners because they can't really cover as much ground, sadly. Ooh. But push it real good. Keaton's big lips. Well, it's kind of like a big bottom lip, right? It's not like, right? I mean, yeah. Maybe make this slightly less. How's that look? Is the lip too weird? Do I do weirdo lips? Weirdo Keaton lips? I gotta stop saying lips. I'm gonna take some bite of my wing here. Mmm. Somebody said that Batman 89 was Keaton's least remarkable role. And I disagree with that because anyone who can act in 60-pound rubber and they can't turn their head and they pull it off, first of all, that's pretty remarkable to me. Like that. Can't even imagine doing that. I should be using my Funo for that. You can get better, see, more diverse lines here. Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. Is it a mystery? What song is fucking stuck in my head right now? Jesus. Oh yeah, and there was one other thing I was going to do at the beginning of this video that I forgot to do. Forgot to mention. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. So this is sadly some sad news. So I went to the doctor the other day. This is actually like 6 months ago. 6 months ago. And I was biting my nails, and then one of my nails started growing into my skin here. You know how it just grew at an angle, and it started getting, infected. There's just a nail stuck inside of there. And so, they have to cut it open and kind of, free it in there. And this has happened to me before, and the doctor literally just got a scalpel and he cut it. All this green ooze came out. That's how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were made. Just kidding. And so anyway, that was the first time. So I go in for the second time, right? And this is during COVID. He asked me at least like 20 times, like, "Are you sick? Are you sick?" I'm like, "No, fine. I take all the precautions in the world. I don't want COVID in my system. I'm good." And so anyway, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna have to give you a shot to ease the pain on your hand for when I cut it." Because he decided to use the scalpel and just like insert the whole scalpel into my finger this way. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, right here. And so I'm like, fuck, that's different from last time. The dude just cut it real quick and we were good. So anyway, he gives me a shot, a numbing agent. And it sucks, you know? The numbing agent does not feel good. And literally my whole hand was just like it didn't even exist. It was so numb. And so anyway, he's trying to push it up my finger. We're both breathing hard, and he's going like this and trying, because he gave me a shot right here, right in the middle of my hand. And he was trying to like push it from where he gave me a shot up into my finger like this so that he could stick the scalpel in right here. And I was like, all right, this is weird. I've never done this before, and this isn't fun. So maybe I should like start cutting my nails instead of chewing them, like an idiot, you know. And so I could still feel the scalpel when he sticks it in. And he's pushing it in. I'm like, okay. You can't, like, I'm starting to feel it. And he immediately takes it out, of course. And ever since that time that's happened, my drawing hand, has been getting worse with pain. Like, when I hold a pen like this, it actually hurts. And so, like, if I'm holding it and I'm trying to push real hard, like, it hurts. And it's pain not where he gave me the shot at, and not right here. It's in the middle. It's like right in here that there's like this weird pain from that quote unquote surgery. It's like right in here, right where you use your finger, your muscles and your tendons and everything to draw for this finger. So ever since then, like, now when I draw, I've been trying to like do some stretches, and I got those grips, you know, for exercising to, you know, make your grip stronger. But it's become increasingly hard to draw. So I assume at some point soon, I might have to take a break from drawing. And it kind of sucks, because, you know, it's like one of my favorite things in the world is to do art. And I took, you know, years out of my life to try and get better at it. And now, because of some jank-ass surgery that shouldn't even have been a problem, it's kind of taken it away. And it's becoming increasingly hard to draw. So, sad news. But, you know, I'm going to try and keep working on it and try and exercise it. And I do go to the gym. I haven't in the past 2.5 weeks because I got my COVID shot, and then I was just like super swamped at work. But I'm going to keep going, keep trying to tighten it up. But I think after this live stream, I might do one more, and then I'm going to be taking a long break from doing any art whatsoever. And it sucks. But I just wanted to tell everyone, you know. Yeah, I mean, if it's a pinched nerve, fuck, like it hurts so bad. And you know, I should point out that I don't smoke marijuana, but it was just made legal here in Arizona. And I did go buy a pack of edibles. They're like these little gummies, and I've been trying them to see if like if I take one and I draw, if it'll help quell the pain. And so far it's been a little of both, a little of yes and no. So yeah, but that's kind of what's been going on, and I don't know how to deal with it. Like the at first there was a lot of anger because obviously, when you're trying to do something like create comic books and you're like, that's what I want to do, and you waste all this time trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of like taken away from you for fucking the stupidest thing. You start to, get a little, I don't say resentment, but a little bitter about what just happened. But yeah, that's the news. Sad news. But hopefully over time I can get it fixed. This needs to not look as perfect. And this looks too big, I want to say. Let's do this. But the good news is I've got someone working on my comic book submission for Image. And there's some nudity here in the first couple of pages, so I can't show that. Well, I guess I could cover it with my finger. How about that? Just so I don't get like whatevered on YouTube. But there's some comic book art here, and it's coming along nicely. We're still in the first issue. First issue's kind of getting done, and we're gonna have 5 altogether. It's gonna tell a full, complete story. And I won't say the name of it just yet because I still got to copyright it. But it's getting there. And I'm pretty happy that that's getting done. On top of the fact that I am drawing my own comic book, which hopefully, through exercise I can finish. And then if not, we'll have to figure something out. Yep. I cannot wait. And if Image turns it down, oh man. Like, I believe in this story so much. I'm just like, you guys are shooting yourselves in the foot. This story's awesome. But we'll see what they say. But it's a weird feeling knowing that you're trying to reach the height of your skills and then boom, something happens. It's kind of like, I remember too when Jim Lee said he was drawing X-Men #1. He was so paranoid when driving through traffic that he would actually like hold his arm to his drawing arm to his chest because he kept thinking like, man, if I If I break my arm right now, you know, this number one issue that was projected to sell like a shit ton, he wouldn't be on it any longer. You know, they'd have to find somebody else, or he'd have to share it with. And he's paranoid, and I kind of get that now. I get that paranoia. But other than that, everything else has been kind of good. Mm. We'll get these bat brows going. All right. Kind of looks like Keaton's. Kind of looks a little bit like Kilmer. A little bit. Just a little bit. A little touch. Never feel like there's enough time in the day to do this. That's actually a little uneven. This needs to go. Where's my pen? There we go. Ah, see, I brought my gel pen this time, Captain. I came prepared. I feel like Orson Welles in his champagne commercial. Ah, the French. anyone's never seen that, Orson Welles is drunk while trying to film a commercial. I forget what it's for. It was like some champagne or something. He's just absolutely fucking hammered. Oh, it's brilliant. It's so great to watch. Yes, so many problems. Every artist is Band-Aid. It's like the artist. It's the artist's diaper. How about that? We'll say that. When you shit the bed, you got your gel pens. That's how it works. This one's shorter, so right about there. We'll touch up that bat logo here in a little bit. We gotta do the how much was the comic worth? I actually can't see it. So it's such an old issue. Let's see. 30 cents. 30. I don't want to bend it. 48 September, so we got to do that. Need a piece of paper. Alright. Not sure that extra mark happened, but alright, let's make it thicker. There we go. Yeah. Gene Colan, man. Like, I don't even know how he did some of his stuff. Like, it's just... Like, here's a good... Let's find a good example. Like this. It's so loose. Like, the hand is way down and huge, and the cape is just like it's like hovering. It's its own thing. It's just... I don't know how he does it, but he makes it work. Yeah, 79 Marvel horror gimmicks. Yep. And there's so many titles on it. That's what I miss about comics, where there was just an obscene amount of titles. Something. Like, almost all the titles were saying the same thing, too. But yeah, it's like 48. And then 30 cents. I know I'm kind of doing it backwards here, but it's alright. As we were talking about last time, like, yeah, exactly. I was just about to bring that up. Like, as we were talking about last time, Frederick Wortham, I mean, he basically put a shit ton of people out of work when Marvel had to cancel all their horror titles. Well, I mean, all horror titles were pretty much canceled. The original cancel culture? I'm just kidding. Because of Frederick Wortham. And, yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's super sad. And I keep thinking, like, because I'm still trying to collect all my, Tales from the Crypt and House and Tomb and Horror and Fear and all that. Yeah, like you're saying, Captain, it's all the doing of one man. Ruined careers. Because the jobs that Marvel had in all comic books, really, is like, if someone's like, hey, I want to take over that book, it's like, okay, so you're willing to put someone out of work? Which is why you hear stories like how things like Jack Kirby, when he went to DC, he's like, give me your shittiest book and I'll turn it around and make it into a hit. Probably a little bit, of his own bravado. Like, I'm Jack fucking Kirby. I'll turn Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal, around. Just you watch. And, also he didn't want to put anyone out of work. And if they're going to cancel a book, and like someone like Jack Kirby's like, I'm going to jump on it. You're not going to do that to anyone. So a couple people tried not to do that in comic books, which I think was very big of them. It's sad that Jack Kirby's Fourth World, though, didn't get its due till way later. Like, even when I read it, I was like, I would have to like turn the page back and be like, wait, what happened here? There was just so much imagination and so much going on that you really had to like stay on top of it and keep track of everything, like where the characters were at, because they're small panels, and like Kirby doesn't do huge splash pages, at least in this context. He didn't. And you really kind of had to keep track of where the characters are, and it was hard to tell sometimes, but in a good way, because he was just like slowly opening up the world. And And I was just like, man, this is some of the most imaginary comic books I've ever read. And, it never got its due till way later. I would say that Fourth World didn't even become popular until Superman the Animated Series. Because then that's when Darkseid, was becoming an action figure and he was appearing in video games. And people were like, oh, yeah, Darkseid, I know who he is. Now. Because before that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Captain, but if before that, I remember, I think DC canceled all of them. All of the books except for Mr. Miracle. I think that's the only one they're like, oh, well, this one's kind of good. We'll keep this going. Which, if anyone doesn't know the name of Mr. Miracle, it's Scott Free. Because he was, in fact, an escape artist. Trained, if I remember correctly, by Granny Goodness. Another character that they liked. And, yeah, they didn't cancel Mr. Miracle. Or they did, and then they brought it back. I don't remember. But they basically used Kirby, which is sad. How am I going to do this? What was I doing? That. And... yeah. But yeah, they totally used Kirby, and I feel bad for him because then he had to like I can't imagine the feeling where you feel like you're getting sold out by the company you're working for. They're taking advantage of you. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to go work for your competitor and I'll show you how much I'm worth. And then you go do that and then you just don't get anything. You get zero respect whatsoever. And then you got to tie your bootstraps on and go back to your old company and ask for work. I can't imagine that feeling, especially when you're somebody as talented as Jack Kirby was. I mean, that's when you know he was doing it for his family, because I don't think there was anything else in the world that would have gotten Jack Kirby back at Marvel. And it's sad that it happened too late. I mean, he still died with millions of dollars, but it came way too late. In my opinion. So our Batman, it's looking okay. Mouth is a little off. Might have to fix that later. It's like more over here. This was pretty expedient though. Yeah, but I think the only two people I'd ever defend their backstory in comic books and the shit they had to put up with was Jack Kirby and, of course, Bill Finger, who probably got an even worse deal than Jack Kirby. I would say Bill Finger got it the worst out of all of them. And he got it the worst by a schmuck like Bob Kane. Be like, yeah, you know, Bill helped me out a little. Like a little Bob. You know. But it's all in the past. I mean, if nobody's ever seen the documentary, yeah, Bill Finger got uber screwed, like beyond screwed. And if anyone's never seen the documentary Batman and Me, which is why I bring this up, it basically outlies the kind of events leading up to Bill Finger's last days. Bill Finger basically created Batman. It wasn't Bob Kane. I mean, Bob Kane, he had a name. Ooh. It's kind of like the Stan Lee of things, you know. But he had a name, Batman. And then he had this dumb fucking design where he was in a red leotard. He had goggles on. He was blonde haired. Nothing on his face but goggles. And I think they were like armored wings or something like that. And that was it. And he brings it to Bill Finger. Bill's like, well, he's a bat, Bob. He's a Batman, you say? Well, we should make him look like this. And there should be a bat signal. And this should be the logo. So it's all of this minus the name. And what happened to Bill Finger was he never got anything for it. I mean, he got paid for like doing the work when he was working on the comic book, which still was nothing. And then Bob Kane had to sign a contract that enriched him. I think he got like 10% or something of all Batman stuff. And yeah, I mean, that was it. Bob Kane signed it saying, I'm the sole creator of Batman. Nobody else. Help me. And now I get 10% of every single thing Batman. Which was a good deal on his end. Gotta be honest. And then we find out that Bill Finger not only got nothing out of it, but that he died alone in a studio apartment, I think, with like zero money to his name. And he didn't even have money to turn on the air. And he literally just was freezing and died alone. And then, you know, later on he would get his due. This dude who does the documentary Batman and Me is the one who heard about the controversy between Bill Finger and Bob Kane. And he said, you know what, I'm going to do some detective work. And I'm going to go see what actually happened. So he started doing some work on it. And he found out that... Sorry, that was my phone. He found out that Bob Kane kind of basically created Batman. And that his family and nobody got nothing out of it. So he decided to change that. And I think it's his great niece... No, it's his niece, who's like in her 40s or 50s or something now. And this guy who did the documentary, they did their due diligence and went after DC, and basically she got a cut of it. So something did come out of it. It's just that Bill Finger didn't get to live to see it, which is the saddest part. He just died. And not only did he die, the way he died. But he also was buried in a potter's field, which, if people don't know what a potter's field is, it's an unmarked grave. It means you were nobody. Fuck, I spilled ink everywhere. It's Bob Kane come back to haunt me. He heard me talking shit and he's come to haunt me. But yeah, that's the story of Bill Finger, and that dude got screwed hard. I'm glad some justice was given to his family after his death, but it's a terrible story. And I actually legit cried when I watched that documentary. When they finally, if you watch, I think it was, I wish it wasn't this movie, but I think it was Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's where they finally first put it in Bob Kane and Bill Finger, creators of Batman. But yep. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, I smeared it. I knew I was going to do that. Damn it. I'm just making a mess here. Well, partly because that was the phone call I was waiting for, and I kind of silenced it. So, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to touch this up a little bit, and tomorrow I'll come back and finish it, and we'll do Vicky Vale. And I'm going to try and do it again during the day, so it's going to be around the same time. But I apologize. I thought I was going to have a little bit more time. I thought I was going to have like another half hour to an hour. So, thanks for coming by, Captain. Thanks for Sam coming by for a second. Anyone who ever shows up, I greatly appreciate it. I know these kind of come out of nowhere. So, here's your forewarning that I will be back tomorrow around the same time to finish it up, and we'll do Vicky Vale, and then I'll put some eyes in Batman's face and we'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Sorry to end on a sad note with the Bill Finger story. But yeah, if you haven't seen Batman and Me, I think it's still on Hulu, so go watch that. Check out Ed Piskor's Red Room, which was this comic book right here. It's I'm gonna be doing a review on it. It's kind of the new Fantagraphics comic, their biggest comic that they've sold in a very long time, as a matter of fact. And Ed's art is pretty badass. So, lots of detail, very cool. Go check out their channel too, Cartoonist Kayfabe. I love those guys. They're doing good work. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace.